It's the Sumo Show, the podcast that discusses everything that's going on in Japanese Grand Sumo. Whether you've been steeped in sumo lore since the Heisei era, like me, Stan, or you're a dedicated fan who wants to get deeper into what's happening on and off the dohyo, like our good friend Troy, or you're brand new to the world of sumo and you just want to learn what it's all about. No matter how much you know about the sport, the Sumo Show has something for you. I think I choked on some of the purifying salt. So let's throw some purifying salt in the ring, do a few big Shiko foot stomps, and see what's new on this week's episode of the Sumo Show. So konnichiwa, everyone. And Okaidi, welcome back to my co-host Troy.
Hello, friend.
I'm choking on the salt.
You are, yes, you are. I think you got a little of that diamond dust.
That must be it.
The Neil Diamond dust. But yeah, hi Stan.
Hi, Troy.
A good Friday sumo unto thee.
Indeed, indeed. Happy sumo to you as we get ready to move into the final weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Very exciting tournament we've got going here.
Definitely interesting.
And we've got to talk about days 11 to 13.
Yeah. Yeah, we do.
All right. Well, I'm glad we got that straightened out.
This is why we've come together. I've just now realized. I get it now. It's a podcast about sumo.
Oh, isn't that interesting?
Yes. Everyone will be pleased as punch that we're here and we're ready to do it.
So, have you watched the matches?
I've watched some of the matches. I have not had a chance to watch them all. My busy workaday life just does not allow for the focused. Really, I can't focus on anything, no matter what. Even if I was.
Well, that's just you.
It's just me. But no, yeah, I will say I have some. As the days unfold, I will have some thoughts.
Okay. Great.
Yeah.
How
are you feeling now? How are you feeling? I mean, I know that
about the whole Hoshoryu thing now that it's.
So, I think here's what I'm feeling. I can see all of the sides.
It's the big.
I'm in the matrix, man. Yeah, I'm in the sumo matrix. No, I get it. I get the disappointment. I get the concern. I get the there's a bit of snarky kind of like, see, I told you so-isms, which is maybe less about Hoshoryu and more about the person who's delivering their, I told you so's. But yeah, so I'm understanding it all personally. Here's what I think, honestly, when I break it all down.
Yeah.
If it's injury, if it's a smokescreen, it's clearly what needs to happen for him or for like just that whole decision, while it seemed dramatic, to me feels like, people know what they're doing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One hopes.
Yeah. And so, and here's the other thing as well. For any of this stuff, when people, by the time any news gets to us as to what happened, it has been churned and burned and squozen into a shape that resembles, facts and, especially, and this is especially true as it relates to sumo. They spend a lot of time from the Rikishi, all the way up, worrying about positioning and all that stuff. And I get it's part of culture. It's also just part, I think, there's a good slice of humanity is like that just in general. You want your best face forward and all that stuff. But yeah, so my feeling is, I don't want to say I don't care, because I do care, but I'm not as emotionally invested in this as maybe others are.
Okay.
There's only one reason why I think I'm really upset about it.
He's on your team.
Yeah. I just wanted an excuse to play that.
Yeah. You want as many excuses to play that clip as you can get.
Yeah, I really do. Wait, what should I do? No, I won't do it again. That's obnoxious. I forget sometimes that other people watch. It's not just me and you being dips, or me being a dip and you suffering it. But yeah, so that's what I think. I think I want to watch good sumo, and I have not been disappointed. It's been a weird one,
Right. It has been another slightly weird one.
and it's really taken the wind out of my hopes and dreams for being the next top Fantasy Oyakata
Yeah,
Heya.
yeah. I mean, in the Fantasy Oyakata League, certainly in the champion level, people either picked Onosato or they picked Hoshoryu,
Yeah,
and Hoshoryu only getting 5 wins means that almost everyone who picked Hoshoryu is uh, suffering on
that's
the.
right. And then that other guy had to sneak up the
And
rankings.
then Alan Ishiki is
Yeah,
doing so freaking well that people are leaping up. So it's been an interesting. I mean, we have an interesting set of results
yeah,
for day 13.
yeah,
And
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, let's party.
let us party. I was just to go back. One of the things you said there about the Hoshoryu, my stretch therapist was asking me about this. He's a sports guy, not into
Yeah.
sumo, but he's fascinated to hear me talk about it while he's trying to bend my leg back to touch the back of my head. Um, and I said, I kind of struggle with it between all the things you were talking about, right? I hope he's not hurt. It's a
Yeah.
disappointment. Uh, it, it, to an extent, it's like, well, you shouldn't have opened up your mouth and said so loudly, "I'm going to be in there no matter what." And it feels good to be right.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to be petty about it, but it feels good. I
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
but I want him to do well, and I don't want this to happen. And I wanted him to come out. It would have been great if he'd won this tournament, and then that would have shut all the people like me up, saying, "All right, well, you can't complain at all about that. He's now won 2 tournaments in a row, so
Right.
go
Yes.
go stop being such a backseat Rickshi Stan."
Well, but honestly, that was the challenge ahead of him. That was the challenge he had to surmount, regardless of, there are people out there that are being particularly, like, cockadoodle dooey about it. You're not one of those people, but that's what was ahead of him. And
Yeah,
and every
yeah,
person who has even a moment to look at this particular situation said the very same thing.
yeah.
And some people were actually just quiet about it and not necessarily interested in getting into it because they thought he would fail for sure. You know,
Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, I think that's a bad. I don't think there was any way he would fail for sure. He's super good.
yeah, oh
But
yeah, yeah. I mean, and I do appreciate that you bring us back to the fact that we are talking about world class athletes, and who are well trained, talented, and when they're hurt, they're hurt. Like,
yeah,
it's because they're
yeah,
doing things that we couldn't even imagine, and sometimes get just a sort of a crack in a bone just watching them, out of
yeah,
sympathy or
yeah.
softly.
And you know what, we're gonna have some conversations about someone who's looking really hurt, and I think should be throwing
Are
that.
they perhaps wandering around looking as though they might have had a concussion?
Yeah,
We'll get
yeah.
into it.
That would be who I'm talking about.
Will they
But
continue to
let's
wander?
jump over and have a look. So
Let's go.
when last we left,
Met?
uh, there was one person leading the entire tournament, and it was Takayasu.
Right. Out of the, yeah, right.
Takayasu, and how many times have we said, "Could this be his shot?" But now we said,
Right.
"Could this be his shot?"
I hope it is, honestly.
But going into day 11, he was in the lead. Tied for second place were Ozeki Onosato and Maegashira 6 Takeru Fuji and Maegashira 14 Churanomi. Blah, 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 Churanomi. And interestingly enough, Takeru Fuji and Shura Naomi were scheduled to fight each other on day 11. So let's have a look here and see what's going on in the. There we got Aonishiki gets another win, beats Hakuoho.
Oh,
Did you
wow.
did you watch that one?
I did. Yes, I did.
That was, I mean, I had that. We talked about that at the tail
Yeah.
end of the last show, and
Yeah.
I was like, I got to think that Hakuoho is going to sit him down,
Yeah.
and Aonishiki came out like a house on fire.
I mean, good for him.
Yeah, yeah, it was a good,
Yeah.
it was a good fight.
Yeah.
And much to my surprise, Aonishiki won it.
Yeah. Really exciting. Super, super exciting.
Little Ukrainian twerp.
Ruin all the standings for everybody. Sneaking in, and not everybody,
No,
frankly. but-
no. And we had noticed, and again, this is jumping a little ahead, but in the Fantasy Oyakata, I I had fallen from being on top to being on second. The guy who leaped above me, our picks were all the same except for the lower division, where he picked Aonishiki and I picked Onokatsu, and Aonishiki was one win above him.
And there was
So-
some interesting trending along the new folks that have joined us in the Fantasy Oyakata. So, we were a little suspect. Like, where are you getting this information?
Yeah. So both of our picks there won on day 11. What else have we got here? Atami Fuji and Shishi. Did you watch that one?
Yeah. Are you talking about elbows attack?
Where Tommy Fuji lifted him out at the end?
Like using his own arms as a tweezers, like
Yeah,
sort of
yeah.
tongs, picking him up with. Yeah, that was intense.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, that was good.
Endo, who's the guy we were talking about, who's loopy.
Yeah.
We saw that. Was that on day 10 when he had that fight
Mhm.
with he got a big bonk on the top of his
Big
head.
boing, boing.
Is
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
Shishi that he fought? Who was he
I
fighting?
think it was she. I can't remember now. I'll think
I
it
gotta
is.
look it up. I think I've got a note on it. Kimbozan. It was
Okay, yeah,
Kimbozan.
yeah.
Fighting Kimbozan, and they didn't bonk heads in the usual way, but it looked like Kimbozan hit him with his chin, just right on the top of the head, and his eyes were rolling around like a cartoon.
Yeah, you literally, like, you would imagine you would see, like, bluebirds doing the
Right.
whole tweet, 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 tweet thing. But, things like that are really serious. And what's wild is if we can see it,
Yeah.
what
That
must
they
be?
can't, that he's not signed out. It seemed so clear that there was something wrong, but he came back on day 11 and my hopes were all right. He's walking okay, he's looking okay, and he
Nah.
beat Shodai.
Yeah, well, okay.
That's
It's not conclusive one way or the other, actually. But
but in beating Shodai, he fell down to the ground and had trouble getting up. Like,
Yeah.
again, looked like he didn't know which way was up for a minute or two.
yeah, yeah.
And then had to get up and was shaky on his legs going back to collect his envelopes.
Yeah.
So that was bad, and I was looking at that and thinking, you need to
He needs to
get
get
outta here.
seen. Yeah, all right. Someone needs to check his brain for concussion, because that's
Yeah.
not good.
And I have to think that he got checked. I mean, maybe it's not a concussion. It's just something. It's a near concussion, like, because they have been more diligent about that recently.
Yeah.
But whatever it is, he should.
Whatever. I mean, honestly, you don't have that kind of lingering confusion about where you. I mean, just looking like you're like, what am I doing? I'm here for dinner.
Right, but I mean, the thing that I noticed, and I guess kind of spoiling what we're going to look on days 12 and 13, it happened again on both of those days.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's when he falls down that happens. So it seems like he probably exhibits. It looks like he exhibits very few signs until he rattles himself, until he gets a shaking, and then his brain goes,
yeah. Well, I mean, that is a symptom of, basically a concussion. Is your
Yeah.
brain is juicy, and it continues at a velocity in your skull that you stop when you hit whatever you're hitting, and
Yeah.
it causes damage, tears in the
Brain
membranes
is
around your brain, and
his brain is juicy. Brain
all
is
of our
juicy.
brains are juicy. But yeah. Anyway, so it definitely is worrisome, and that he keeps shaking his brain out of
Yeah. But
alignment.
I thought so. There on day 11, after it happened, I looked at.
Yeah,
He had 6 wins at that point, and I thought, all right, well, clearly he wants to get his Kachikoshi, and
he's done.
then hopefully he'll sit out. Um, but this keeps going on.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, so that happened on day 11. Also, Tsurunomi and Takeru Fuji, our
Mm-hmm.
2 second place guys, fought, and that was a very good match. But
Yeah.
not surprisingly, Takeru Fuji came out on top, and so Tsurunomi falls off the leaderboard.
Yeah.
And then my favorite moment from day 11 was in the Abi
Zura?
Gonoyama match.
Oh, who was it? The Abi. Oh, I'm not sure if I saw that. What happened?
Abi pulled a big old henka, and
Oh.
Gonoyama pivoted and smacked him around and threw him to the clay.
Oh, dang. Good for him. That's so
So
funny.
that was my favorite moment of the day. But at first I thought it was my least favorite moment. He pulled the hank, and I'm like, "What?" And Gonoyama, man, God bless him. He's a big guy, and he
Just
made a
gave him a spanking.
quick turn and just drove right in and grabbed Abi. Got in close, got on the belt, and Abi couldn't do anything. And
Very interesting.
he backed up for a bit, and then eventually uh, Gonoyama kind of got the grip and his feet set, and just pivoted and threw him to the clay.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, that's something to, I mean, and again, what are you, I mean, it's such it's like his signature move now, right?
Well, I think it's signature that he can do it. He does it. I think he does it at least once or twice at tournament to keep people afraid of him doing it.
Yeah.
So I think that he recognizes it's not his signature move because people don't like it. And he gets crap for it. But
Right,
I think
right.
it's a signature move in that he keeps doing it often enough to make everyone fear it, which opens them up to his other signature.
Yeah, I get the tactic. It just seems like such a grotty
Yeah, it
like a
really
little tool
seems
to pull out. Yeah, yeah,
Bush League.
yeah.
So take that, Abi, you and your big Henka.
Well, after Gonoyama giving him 1-4, and then this Stern addressing down, he will think twice next time
Yeah,
he does it,
yeah.
and the time after that, and the other time.
And then I guess our big thing is Takayasu was fighting Kirishima, who'd been struggling
Yeah,
a lot, right? He over the last few days had looked like his neck problem was probably bugging him again. He's not going out and trying to do anything. He's going out fighting defensively and hoping to find an opening.
yeah.
And Takayasu just brought it right to him, and looked to me like he was winning the match, like he was driving him backwards. And then one blow didn't land well, and Kirishima helped him to overreach a little, and then just drove right in and
Yeah.
took advantage of it, and drove him out backwards and out of the ring. And so our leader has a loss.
That's right. Yeah, and people were surprised that was the loss.
Yeah, I mean, of all the people who could beat Takayasu, given the way they're fighting this tournament,
Yeah,
it didn't seem like Kirishima was going to be it. But again, as we often say, if you don't finish it, it'll turn around on you, and
That's right. Yeah.
kind of what happened. Not like Takayasu dogged it, but he misfired once, and that's all it took.
And he happens to be at the top of his game right now, so it's
Yeah.
yeah.
So we go on to day 12.
Yeah.
And day 12, we now have a 3-way tie at the top at 9-2 because Takayasu drops out. He gets a second loss. Onosato and Takayasu and Takeda Fuji, who, after beating Churanomi, stuck in there at 2 losses. So we got those 3 tied for the lead with Sekiwaka Daisho and Maegashira 7 Tamawashi. Tamawashi suddenly in second place.
That's
Churanomi
great.
still hanging in second place because of Takayasu's loss. And Aonishiki, Aonishiki now suddenly in the mix.
Yeah.
All those people.
It's exciting. It really is. Also,
how could they be right?
I know. Yeah.
All right, so let's see. We're going to switch on over here to day 12 and see what happened there. So on day 12, one of the interesting things that happened is that there's a guy down in Juryo. I don't know if we talked. I think I talked about him last time because on day 10 he broke the record for most wins as a Juryo debutant.
Yeah.
Well, on day 12, he could extend his record. He went 11. He won on day 11, so he went 11-0, upping the record even further. On day 12, I think that if he won on day 12, he would be 12-0 and with a 3-match cushion.
Okay.
Which would mean that he couldn't be caught. And I believe I think he did it. I think he won. He won on day 12, meaning that he locked in the Juryo Yusho on day 12, which is crazy, right? Yeah. Yes. Doing the math in my head because something in my head is telling me because he lost on day 13, and he may not have locked it up yet.
Got it.
12 wins, 3 to go. Yeah, he could still be tied, so he needed to get one more victory, and didn't. But he did. He went 12-0, setting the new record. So kudos to you, Kusano, and there's a new guy for us to look out for because he'll be up in the top division real soon.
Yeah, exciting. Hey, I have a question. Okay, I don't know where we're at on this as far as day 12 goes.
We're just starting.
Okay, good. I will save it.
All right.
Until we get to Shishu.
So we got very early on, we've got Takada Fuji and Mitakeumi. Did you see that one?
I didn't. Was it good?
It looked like the ending scene in Rocky 2.
Oh no.
Where they both slip and fall at the same time.
Oh no.
But Takada Fuji hit first. So Mitakeumi won. But it was really a comedy of errors.
Got it. So did they end up calling did they do a
they wound up doing it. No, they had a mono-e, but it was very clear that Takada Fuji landed first.
Got it.
They were both going down, but Takada Fuji was going down faster.
Rough.
Then Endo picks up another win. We see there he beats Asakoryu, and again falls down and can't get up.
Gosh darn it!
I mean, he gets up eventually, but
it's struggle,
and it goes down with it like he'd won and he ran off the dohyo and slipped and fell by the crowd. It wasn't a big anything, but he was there on his hands and knees for a good 20, 25 seconds before he could get on his feet again.
Yeah, that's not normal.
No. Nope. Definitely not. But that was his 7th win. So he only needs one more. And then, in theory, he can pull out. But we're getting so close to the end of the tournament. I just see him doing something stupid.
I hate if that's true.
Yeah. So what else? Ura and Atami Fuji on day 12. Did you watch that one?
Did I watch that one? Hold on, let me pull my notes up because I do believe I wrote down Ura and I can't remember why. But I don't know if that was because of day 12 or day 13. Because I closed all my notes just before the show started.
Well, that's probably a poor choice.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're doing it live, right? I mean,
yeah.
But refresh my memory.
Uda, little guy who likes to be tricky, going up against Atami Fuji, big guy who's suddenly seeming like he remembers how to fight again.
Yeah.
And Uda just went straight at him and literally overpowered him.
I like that. I mean, listen, that doesn't mean no good on my on my rankings, but we like Ura.
We do. We like him a lot. And he's not having a great record this Basho, but that looked good. That goes on his reel. This little guy just coming in and pushing around the big guy.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if they I'm not immediately recalling that if I watched that, but I think I saw some replays of it or people clipping it and making some GIFs out of it. I'll have to find it. What I'm really looking for is the Shishi pre-match dance, which he has been officially warned to stop doing.
Yeah, so knock it off, Shishi.
That's right. None of that.
Stop wiggling your butt in the air.
And whatever, yeah.
And whatever that crab pincer thing is.
Crab claw, biggie.
You don't like it.
Yeah.
And what else have I got here for day 12? Tobizaru. Tobizaru made a nice throw to beat Ichi Yamamoto.
I did see this one.
And I believe that was his 400th career victory.
Oh, nice. Jeez.
So, way to go, Flying Monkey. Good job. We come up a little further. We got Kirishima loses to Tamawashi. That was a big club fest. They were knocking the hell out of each other.
Yeah.
But the next one I have Takayasu chased Oho. Oh, it looks like a Three Stooges movie. Like Oho just went into defense mode from the Tachiai and was backing up and scooting away, and Takayasu's chasing after him, trying to catch him. And did.
This is day 12. This is day 12?
This is day 12.
Okay, that was he was wrestling
Oho.
Oho, got you. Why didn't I think it was Shodai?
Because that's the kind of thing Shodai would do.
Sure. All right. Fair enough.
And Kotosakura and Daisho was a good match. Kotosakura really gutting that one out. Daisho coming at him with his usual tsupati, just a big attack. And Kotosakura's knees are clearly bugging him.
Yeah.
But he gutted that one out and got the win. And that means he only needs one more to get his Kachikoshi and save himself from being demoted out of his Ozeki-hood.
Right. Can I tell you, Daisho is making an impression on me this Basho. Like I want to pay more attention to what Daisho is doing.
Okay. What is there?
I don't know.
Do you want to talk more about that, or you just want to say that?
I just want to say that. I just want to say, like, I'm noticing, in much to Daisho's pleasure, to know that he has, I've deigned to see upon him and witness his work. But
he notices you looking, and he winks back.
Yes, right. No, I mean, just saying, like, I hadn't really thought a lot about him, and for some reason, this particular Basho, I see him.
You think
He's
what?
doing good.
Yeah, no, he's doing very well. He came into this tournament after he got 11 wins last time. 11, I think 11. So he's on an Ozeki run, or
Yeah.
just the start of what could be an Ozeki run. And before the tournament, he was talking to reporters and everything, and made a point of saying, "Look, I've had chances before, and I haven't done them, and this it doesn't come around all that often, and I know I'm at the point in my career where this may be the last time I get a really good opportunity to do it. So I've got to take advantage of it."
Nice.
Um, and so um, losing to Kotsakura put him at uh, 8-4 with 4 days to go, and he wants to get double digits. He really wants to get 11.
Yeah.
So he's going to have to win the majority of his remaining matches, hopefully 3 out of the 4. That's how things looked at the end of day 12.
Yeah.
Which
Oh,
is
hey, but I had a question about this day.
Oh, yes?
I don't know if you happened to watch the Shishi Wakamoto Haru match.
I did.
It didn't appear that everybody was enthused about Shishi's win. And by everybody, I mean the audience was tepid at best. Like,
Was that the one? I mean, I watched it. I didn't make any notes on it, so
I mean,
was that the
it was
one
good.
where it seemed like maybe she left a little early?
I didn't catch that part of it. That could be the case, but for me, it just felt like the audience didn't care for him winning. Like
Well, I
they
mean, Wakamoto
literally like
Haru is
two people were
a
clapping.
favorite. He's
Yeah,
got
yeah,
a lot of fans.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But I just, it just, it was a very prominent moment where it was just sort of two people going, "Yay, good job, dude!" Everyone else was just stoic.
I did not notice that. No.
Okay, yeah. So I might have to go back and watch it again. I sort of, it was
I know
my.
there was one match, and I'm pretty sure it was on day 12, where it seemed like an obvious mata. Like
Oh
someone
yeah,
someone
yeah,
jumped up a little early. I mean, not and I think then lost anyway. But
yeah. Who was that?
I don't remember. I was thinking that maybe it was Shishi.
Mata. Ooh. Um, yeah. Oh, we'll find it.
Yeah. Anyway, so at the end of day 12, uh, because of how things fell out, we now had back to just two leaders, Onosato and Takayasu. Um, Takeda Fuji uh, fought. Who did he fight? On day 12. Day 12. Why can't I find his name?
I don't see it here either. Where is it?
Oh, he fought Onosato.
Oh,
Right.
that's why he was at the top.
That's right. Takeda Fuji and Onosato. That's a good fight.
Aha.
I don't know why I didn't. I think there was just too much going on already that I was like, all right, yeah,
Sure.
Onosato won. That's a good fight. But you know what? We're seeing it from Takeda Fuji. When he won last year, it was in Osaka last year.
Yeah.
You remember he had that big booming off the tachi and just drove everyone out because they weren't expecting it. And
Yeah, and I think we even talked about like that wouldn't be a tactic that he could
well, yeah, we
hang on to forever.
yeah, we talked about that being, people will learn to handle that.
Yeah, they'll crack your code.
And I think we're absolutely seeing that. Not just people like Onosato, people throughout the top half of the Banzuke are handling his gigantic tachi eyes certainly much better than they did last year.
Right.
But in this case, Onosato this time just ate it up, and it's not like he crushed him around, but he was not in danger from the beginning.
Right. Yeah.
Um, so going to the day 13, Onosato and Takayasu still side. Going to the day 13, Takayasu still there.
Yeah, I mean, good for him.
Yeah.
It's very exciting.
Could this be his time?
I think it might be.
And in second place, we got Takeru Fuji, who just said lost to Onosato, and Tamawashi and Aonishiki still hanging in there. So let's look at day 13. The day 13 results look like this. And what have I got here? Oh, down in the 4th division, all the way down in Sandanmei. There's this guy named Asanoyama.
Yes, I've heard.
He's a bright kid with a future. The former Ozeki Asanoyama, coming back from injury again, is joined this tournament, and he finished his tournament 7-0. Because of course, down anything below Juryo, they only do 7 matches for the tournament, not 14. So he went 7-0 and won the 4th division. And he looked appropriately better than everyone around him.
Demonstrably, yeah.
So Asanoyama on his way back again. How far will he make it? What will happen? I don't know.
It's his to lose.
Potential squandered. I don't know.
I mean, sometimes sumo is the friends you met along the way.
Yeah. Or is he on his way back for a Teruno Fuji return to glory?
That would be fantastic, I think.
That would be. I'd choose that one.
Yeah, me too.
Let's see what else we got here. Oh, Midori Fuji and Asa Koryu. 2 of the smallest guys in the division. Did you watch that one?
I did.
They went crazy. That was a barn burner.
That was a fight. Yeah, they were fighting for their lives, for sure.
Feisty match there. So that looks good. We come up a little way, and Endo, who needs 1 for his Kachikoshi, loses to Sadanomi.
Yeah, I know.
And still can't get up.
I mean, shoot.
But again, it didn't show during the match. It shows when he falls to the ground. He very nearly won that match. It was a good fight, but he falls to the ground, and
yeah, it is. It's just so noticeable that there's something wrong.
Yeah.
He's literally looking addled.
I was so hoping he would get this win and then
be able to rest,
stop out.
Yeah.
Now there's only 2 days left, and I fear that even if he wins on Saturday, he'll come back on Sunday. And if he doesn't win on Saturday, he's going to be coming to my house on Sunday with a concussion.
Yeah.
I don't like people with concussions in my house.
No, yeah. I mean, the liability alone, but also, the notion that these guys are trying to be, Richie on Broken Dome is not good. I mean, that's just it speaks poorly for the for sumo, and I think it's just not taking care of the Richie. They're going to, of course, want to be there. They're going to want to do the thing. They're going to, say that they're all right or do whatever they do when they're talking to whomever's telling them that you have a concussion, sir. Sir, can you see me?
I'm okay.
What day is it, sir? And I mean, we're joking and we're laughing, but I mean, the concussions are very serious.
It's not funny.
Yeah. It's a tear in the brain.
Yeah. I mean, part of it, I don't know.
He just picked up a case of vertigo? Lying down vertigo?
there's a point 2 tournaments ago where I thought Endo was getting ready to retire,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he just wasn't doing well. And if this is a thing, I don't maybe. Here's another thing that sounds very sumo. He may have decided, you know what, this is it. I can't do this anymore. This is my last tournament, so I'm giving
Yeah.
I'm leaving it
Give me
all
my
on the dohyo.
yeah, yeah. Give me
And what he's
my
gonna
last
leave is
bout.
brain damage.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I get it. They've trained, and many of them, for their whole lives, they've just become. They are what we know as sumo, and
Yeah,
it's a hard thing to let go. But also, I guess if that's all you're living for, that could be an influencer on your decision to just go in and just
yeah.
deal with that like that. I hope it's not what it looks like. And I will say that I'm a little. It is weird to see them so casually overlook that he's struggling. Like
Yeah,
clearly he is struggling. But hopefully, yeah, hopefully he's just got a little jello brain and he'll be fine.
yeah. Got a little bit of the Jello brain,
A
and
little bit of the wibble wobble. But
yeah.
let's hope.
Let's see. We scoot up a little further. Tommy Fuji loses to Ryuden. That was a fun match.
I might have missed that one. Hold on,
But
let me.
well, it's of no consequence. Except
To
that
me,
Tommy
anyway.
Fuji has fallen back after a few days of looking like we wanted him to. He
It's a wicked game you
Ryuden's
play
a
at
hard
Tomo
match for
Fuji.
him because it's someone who's as big and as heavy and as strong. Um, but he's got to beat everyone else beats Ryuden. He has to too.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, poor Ryuden. But sometimes, that's where you own that space.
Yeah. Yep.
Being Midland and it's just there as an obstacle and ever increasing steps up the ladder of sumo. But yeah, that's a bummer. And it does make you. What do you think now at this point with the Tamafuji, the way he's performing, not the best and under expectations? Does he suddenly get it one day and rise to
Well,
the
I
top,
mean, we
or are we
certainly.
seeing
I
the?
mean, look, we've seen so many people. You've now been watching long enough to see a whole bunch of people have 6 months or so where they just don't get it, and then
Yeah, yeah,
whatever it is, they shake it off and they come back again, right?
yeah, and that's why I'm compelled to even ask because it is my experience that there's a lot that could happen.
Yeah, and that's absolutely. I mean, we talked from the moment we started seeing him. He's 21 years old, 22 now. He's 22 years old.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
got a huge, amount of his career left. And I'm not writing him off for anything, but
yeah.
what he is showing is that he's clearly not ready. He needs something. He needs some kind of polish. He needs to figure something out.
Some seasoning, perhaps. Yeah, it is interesting because he is so young, and when I just can't. When I think of myself when I was 21,
Yeah.
uh, you know, if I were my parent, shouldn't have forks. You know what I mean? Like cork every fork and plug every socket. And like I was a heck of a lot of fun, but I was also just a mess. And at 21, sure, you may not be at the top of your game. You got lots of growing to do left. Your brain isn't even done.
Yeah. Especially if you're doing sumo and smacking your head into
Right? It
every
hasn't,
pole
yeah.
you
You
see.
keep
Yeah.
knocking it out of its congelatin. Yeah.
Um, all right, and then we look up Tobizaru beat Shodai. That's
Yeah.
suitably nice.
Yeah. Someone who's
Tobizaru
frenetic.
also, again, kind of like Ura in that other match I was talking about. Tobizaru
Yeah.
just came in and fought
Yes.
straight up, and
He was a frenzy. And it looks like Shodai just was like seeing him in triplicate.
yeah, it's like, you're not supposed to do that.
You move like they do. Yeah. Yeah.
Takayasu beats Wakamoto Haru.
Yeah.
Takayasu's looking like it's 2022 again.
Good for him. I mean,
Yeah.
whatever the Wheaties or, sumo, I don't know, sumo flakes or whatever.
Yeah.
Keep him on the regimen. Because
But
he's looking good.
I mean,
He's looking good as well.
he's
Like, it's
looking
not just like he's harried and, careening about the ring. He's looking tactical, right?
Yep. He's
He means it.
executing and looking. None of his injuries are bothering him. He's looking good.
Yep.
But the other thing, when I wrote that, I wrote just what I said. He's looking like it's 2022 again. But because if you remember, in 2022, he finished second 3 times and got into playoffs twice. But
Well,
then
I don't
I
know if
keep
I'll remember
thinking
that, but now I will.
you will, because you should. We were talking about, we were doing, was it 2023? We were doing Sumo Show for it.
Well, are you kidding me? Well, so here's the thing that's funny about that is that I was young. I didn't even know my
I was
Kyoji from my Mawashi.
That's a bad mistake to make.
You never want to take directions from a Mawashi.
You don't want to strap on a Gyoji.
No, you do not. Even if you think you might, they do not appreciate it.
No. Yeah, but he's looking really good. And then we see Ao Nishiki goes all the way up against Daisho.
Yeah.
And he's now at the point where he has done so well that he's being rewarded with people who are going to clean his clock.
Yeah, that's right. A gift of ever increasing struggle. Yeah.
And Kotazakura beat Takeda Fuji to get his Kachikoshi.
Yeah.
And he sure seemed like he was digging in. Takeda Fuji pretty much dictated the first half of that match. And it seemed like Kotazakura just decided, I am not going out. I'm gonna find a way to win this. And he did. So he's safe now. His Kadoban status is erased.
Yay.
He's a full-fledged Ozeki again.
Nice. You did it.
And then following that, oh no, Osano Sato.
I know.
Oh, what did you do? Oho, who ran away from Takayasu the day before, or 2 days before, and just was playing black and white, a silent movie comedy. Suddenly decides today he's gonna fight.
Yeah, and he did.
And he did. He really did. And Onosato, I think, maybe was watching the day before and thought, oh, well, all I have to do is catch him. What he caught was a good shot on the chin and a ticket to 3 losses.
Yeah. Again, not one that I was expecting, but was good to see. I think. I mean, good to see in so much as whatever. You know what I mean.
I'm not sure, but I accept it.
I'm just saying, you want to see a wrestler do well.
Yes,
it is challenging at times when you see them doing well against a Rishi that you particularly like.
Were you rooting for Oho?
No, I mean, I'm not particularly. Oho doesn't strike me as I'm saying
there may be
people out there
because perhaps he's not your guy.
I'm saying that there may be people who are big fans. I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to judge. Some of the brightest.
It was a shocker for me, an angry making shocker.
Well, I'm just saying, some of our friends are fans of some real weird Rikishi. Like you wouldn't really peg them as somebody who would.
There are people who picked Oho as their choice, so that certainly helped them.
Yeah, indeed.
So that means at the end of day 13, heading into the final 2 days, we're heading into the final weekend. And here's how things stand. Takayasu is all alone at the top of the leaderboard at 11-2. So his destiny is in his hands. If he wins both of his remaining matches, he wins the tournament.
Yep.
Right behind him is just Onosato.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
So if he wins both of his remaining matches, everyone below him is out. Like they don't have a shot.
Yeah.
But he needs Takayasu to lose.
What do you think's going to happen?
Well, let's see. Day 14. Who's fighting who? Onosato is going against Daisho. Uh, Takayasu's up against Chuna Naomi.
Yeah.
That's. I mean, Chuna Naomi's had a very good tournament. Oh, wait, look here. Sorry. Tied for third place are Daisho, Takeru Fuji, Tamawashi, Chuna Naomi,
Yeah.
Aonishiki, and
Yeah.
Toki Hayate is suddenly in the mix.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's a bunch of guys. They need Takayasu to lose both of his matches and Onosato to lose one more match for them.
And it just doesn't look like he's planning on doing that.
Well, but he wasn't planning on losing 3 up till now.
Fair enough.
Yeah, no, it seems the likelihood that they're in it seems a little far fetched, but it's not crazy far fetched.
Right.
Like Onosato needs to lose once, Takayasu needs to lose twice. So if Takayasu wins on Saturday, he wins on day 14, all those other guys are out of it.
Yeah, then they're officially.
And if Takayasu wins and Onosato loses, then Takayasu gets the yusho.
Looking at the 9-4 boys, who could? I'm just trying to think of who will be at the top of that bracket, so to speak.
The 9 and 4 guys, Daisho.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
and Daisho's fighting Onosato, right? There is the match that is going to have the biggest. Well, aside from
pivotal
Takayasu, like Takayasu as a leader, he goes earlier down the card anyway.
Yeah,
but yeah, if Takayasu wins, then everyone else needs to win to keep up any opportunity. Although I guess if Takayasu wins, everyone from Daisho down are out. But yeah, see, Daisho and Onosato is the match.
Yeah, the pivotal moment.
Yeah. Ura and Abi. What else have we got going on here? Kirishima and Kinbozan. Looking for other interesting matches here. Hakuoho and Tobizaru. That'll be fun.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Who is Shishi wrestling?
Shishi is going against. Shishi's going against Endo.
Oh, okay. All right.
So it's the Butt Wiggler and the Vertigo.
Oh boy. Dizzy and Dizzy.
And I'm looking for Aonishiki. They seem to have let him drop back down. Where is he?
Sorry, I'm laughing just because.
Oh, he's got Takeru Fuji. No, he hasn't dropped down. He's got a tough match.
I'm just laughing because I've got a clip of Shishi, and it's just like, is it a Street Fighter thing? Is he trying to do like an NPC, sort of? It's something.
You know what? I guarantee you, he's not trying to look like Street Fighter. It may well be the result. In fact,
I don't know, but it is something. People were unhappy about that.
But I mean, like I was saying last time, there are a lot of Richie that have had that. They're trying to get a thing, something.
Their signature kind of
thing that you can do.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, magic feather. They have this is the thing they do that helps them to win. And they start believing in it and take it too far, and suddenly it stops being this cute little, oh, look at the thing they do. It's like, what the hell is he doing?
It's just so weird. It's great. I love it. It's bizarre. Yes, it's evocative for sure.
So that is
we are ignoring chat. Oh yeah, stream.
Oh, are we? I can't even see chat at the moment.
No, we're not. which is
Oh,
somebody selling some
boo.
watchers, and we don't buy our viewers.
Yeah. We don't buy our viewers.
No, we got
Screw
the
you. I
best
work for Mel Brooks.
the best viewers monies can buy. Monies cannot
That's
buy.
right.
Yeah.
We do it for love, not money.
That's right. That's right.
All right. So, having said all of that, it maybe is time for us to do that other thing. You have a graphic you like, don't you? It's your favorite thing.
I do like it. That is, it's a good one. I think I need some
All right.
little sparkly music.
It's like zing.
Zing at the end. Yeah, I'll work on that this weekend as I'm watching.
All right. So this is where things stood in our Fantasy Oyakata game when last we got together.
Uh-huh.
I don't like that sound. Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Do continue.
Oh boy, oh doyo.
Not his best work.
So that's where thing. Now we've had 3 more days. Let's take a look at what the standings look like now. Except, of course, it will all be blanked out because that's the kind of evil.
We like
person
the
I am.
tension. We like the tension.
I do. All right, but we've got a lot of people, and I didn't do my homework, so I don't know. I can't cheat sheet it. So we're gonna have to go one at a time again. All right, so down here in the lowest place, we've got Barry again.
Barry.
That Hoshoryu. Anyone with Hoshoryu is just gonna have trouble there.
It's just gonna be a rough one for us, friends.
Our best possible is 49 now, and that's if you picked Onosato, Daisho, Takayasu, Takeru Fuji, or Tamawashi.
Yeah.
And one of these 3, Churanomi, Aonishiki, or
none of them. Not a one of them were on my list. Even close.
All right. So then, Hoshoryu's hurting him a lot. Shodai's hurting him a lot.
Yeah, sorry, friend.
Aonishiki, and it's still
not enough to build. No, didn't give him enough buffer to handle the Shodai gap. The Shodai gap.
The Shodai gap.
The Shodai shaped hole in your points.
Yeah. Okay, next is it's your boy Troy. So you're beating beating me on Troy. So it's your boy Troy drops down because he had Oshoryu, and Oho's not doing that great. Kimbozan's not doing that great. Takeru Fuji is Shishi guys Kachikoshi, but there's something to point out which I didn't. Both Ukrainians have gotten their Kachikoshi now.
Nice. Yeah. Very nice. Hey Troy, I'm sorry that this is the case, but now I am the Troy. You are not. It's your boy Troy.
Q, who had been up near the top earlier on, again Hoshoryu dragging him down.
Yeah, bummer.
Daisho, Kinbozan, Atami Fuji, Onoskatsu. Next up, we have Ace Shoryu.
Oh.
With Hoshoryu, Oho again, Kinbozan, Takeru Fuji, and Aonishiki. So, yeah, I mean, it just goes to show you in this game, if you pick badly in one category, it can really sink you compared to everyone else.
Yeah.
Next up, also at 33 points, is Salty Path. And above him,
I like that name.
Physique at 34 points.
Okay, all right.
And above Physique at 34 points, we have
Chizai.
Troy Hewitt.
Nice. Aim for the middle is
35 points. So you're not even tight. You're above 35 points.
Nice.
Troy Hewitt. With your Hoshoryu and Daisho and Wakataka Kage and Atami Fuji.
Yeah.
And Midori Fuji.
I did a lot of Midori. I think I just threw him on there because I was just like, okay, I'm late on this, but because I cared about Atami Fuji, but
Well, I mean, Atami Fuji is 6 and 7 now. So he could still get Kachikoshi,
But I'm not going
but
to,
he's got to win both of his remaining matches.
Yeah, and
Fuji is 7-6, so he only needs to win one to get.
And I want number 1 spot.
Well,
that ain't going to happen.
Hmm.
Not with no Dean Dang.
Above you is Marvelous at 36.
Hey, Marvelous. Nice. Pulling it out.
Yep. See how we got all these Hoshoryus at the bottom?
Yeah. No,
yeah. So Onosato's working out for him. Kirishima not working out so well for him. Wakataka Kage, Takada Fuji is what's sinking him though. Takada Fuji at 3-10. He'd be much more in the mix if not for that one. Above him we have also, I guess tied with him is Ricky.
Yeah.
Rikishi.
Ricky?
Rikishi is how you spell Rikishi.
Yeah.
So it's going to be Ricky.
Oh, it's not Ricky?
You say potato, I say Ricky. Yeah, there we go. Looking pretty good. Kimbozan is his, and Oho are his weak points there.
Yeah.
Above him, we have Baseball Berry, also with 36. You guys are all tied. And above Baseball Berry, we have
Koke no Aka.
Koke no Oka, 38.
Nice.
38. And Hoshoryu dragging him down. He had been up way at the top for a while. He picked Takayasu. He's the only person that picked Takayasu.
Yeah, he was up at the top. Yeah. Good for him for picking, Takayasu.
Yeah, but the Hoshoryu Oho combination there, not doing him any favors at all.
Yeah.
And he picked Meisei. If he'd been another one of the Aonishiki backers, it would have helped a little, but no, those Hoshoryu and Oho are giving him gas. Then at 39 points, we've got Kakaeda Uchu.
Nice.
And above, do we have another 39? I don't remember. Do I have another 39? Yes, we got another 39 at Shio Hibagan. JJ, our good friend JJ, doing Pache.
Good job, JJ.
Onosato, Daisho,
about his
Ozan, Atami Fuji, and Aonishiki. Above that, do we have another 39? We have another 39. It's Kakaryu. And above that, I think we're going to have a 40. At 40, we have Turtle.
Turtle. I like turtles.
Above Turtle, we have Pika Fuji at 42.
Yeah.
What's the difference there? Onosato, they both pick Onosato. They both pick Daisho. Gonoyama and Tobizaru is better than Gonoyama, but Takeda Fuji and Atami Fuji. And they both pick down Nishiki.
I know that pain.
And then, so in our top 2 spots, we saw what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Last time, there was a 1-point spread, and it was all based on that Aonishiki and Onokatsu. Well, stays the same. 45 for Matsuda. Matsuda. And 44 for Okino Gaijin.
Well, so what do you think? What do you think is going to happen here? You think it's going to stay? This is what we're looking at as far as you and him.
I'd say this right down here. This Onishiki and Onokatsu is where it lives.
Yeah.
And let me see what we got for day 14. Aonishiki is going against Takeru Fuji, so I think he's gonna lose that one. They're both tied in 3rd place right now. That's another big bump up against opponent for Aonishiki. And Onokatsu has a very first fight of the card, and he's fighting against Ryuden.
Oh well.
That's a tough one. Another two big guys going against each other. So I don't know. I need for Onokatsu to win both of his remaining matches, or at least one. If it's only one, then I need Ao Nishiki to lose both of his remaining matches.
Right.
And then it would come down to a tiebreaker here, where he picked Onosato to win the yusho, and I picked Hoshoryu. So that could be the interesting thing, though, is that because I picked Onosato. Oh no, he did too, didn't he? God damn it! Yeah, no, that's a point for him if Onosato wins.
Now, could Hoshoryu come back if he wanted?
He could.
Like you said, like I'm better now. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, he could.
Yeah. I mean, I know that
I don't. It wouldn't do him any good to get one more win. But.
Sure. But I was just curious. I'm just trying to. I'm thinking of ways there could be an upset.
I mean, and he picked Takeru Fuji for second. I picked Onosato for second. So I guess what I really want is for Takayasu to win and Onosato to come in second.
Right. Yeah. And that's kind of what I want
Takeru Fuji not to come in second.
Yeah. No, I need Onosato in second. Yeah.
So there we go. That, my friend, is how things look going.
Pretty darn exciting. I will say I wish I need like to set up my Sumo TV. You know what I mean? Like that's what I watch on that. Just get it set up right next to my desk so I can pause it and come back to it.
Right.
You know, I wish that they could put this stuff on like a tape of some kind. You know, like you can like pause it.
Some kind of,
you know how you can pause a microwave?
Video.
Yeah, I mean like a tape. Like why don't they do it like they did cassettes back in the day?
That's I think you may be onto something.
I'm gonna look into it. I'm gonna be rich.
It's
gonna be a blockbuster.
Yeah. So we things are looking interesting.
Interesting. Even though I am not climbing the ranks of the Fantasy Oyakata, I am. Oh wait, hold on. I should do a beginning and an end one. Okay, yeah. So I'll work on that this weekend. Sprinkled.
That's what you need to spend your time on.
Yeah. I'm taking notes, putting them down here. All right, folks, you'll have to tell me what you think come Tuesday, right?
No, we're Friday. We're Friday. You know what we talked about? Maybe this is a conversation we can now have here publicly.
Oh, sure. Just put me on the spot.
No. Like we've noticed for the last couple of tournaments,
that
our Friday, our final episode of the Basho, which comes the Friday afterwards, has much lower viewership. Much lower.
Dramatically lower.
And so the question is,
what are you thinking, people? No. No.
Yeah. No, I mean, literally that is it. Like we're trying to figure the answer out to that.
Yeah.
What are they thinking?
Maybe, why not? Why not watch?
We could, if you want to. I don't know if this is really something we should decide right now, live on the air. We could do a Tuesday night instead of Friday.
We have what? We may do that. I don't know. Let's. I mean, I don't have a problem with it. I mean, Tuesdays are days.
Tuesdays are days.
I do have it. I do have it blocked out. You know, it might be nice to have the Friday for Friday things.
Yeah. So, here's my suggestion to those of you watching this who want to know. Go to our Facebook group.
Yeah.
Or subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Yes.
Maybe both.
Do both of those things. But yeah, you want to go to here, facebook.com/groups/the Sumo Show.
Mm-hmm.
And you will be hanging around with some really cool kids, and they are waiting for you. They were asking about you just the other day, and we didn't know what to tell them. So
you should go make friends.
They're waiting for you.
So we will be back either Tuesday or Friday.
Yeah, one of the two.
It's starting. Tuesday's feeling good.
You think you're starting to like the vibe of it?
We should try something. because I think if we do it on Friday, 3 people are going to show up.
Yeah, true. And though we do enjoy doing this for ourselves quite a bit, but we like there to be people around.
But
Yeah,
I mean,
you
maybe
should.
also this time, however, we've got many more people doing Fantasy Oyakata, and it's a pretty tight race. And we look at that listing. Oh God, why are you doing that?
Just my shishing, rather unusual posture.
Oh,
What is he doing? What is it?
it's the Shishi Shuffle.
It's the shishi something.
It's doing the Shishi Shuffle.
He is indeed. Yeah. So, folks, that is your sign to come down to the Facebook group whenever you see.
Whenever you see the Shishi Shuffle.
Yeah. Don't get in the way of those crab claws. Hey, buttery. He does sort of look like a crab who has escaped his shell for a moment. And is looking to take
yours.
To take yours, yes, in a battle.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Let's do that. Let's. I mean, spiritually friends. You've come thus far, and you have not run away screaming when you saw the Shishi Shuffle. Let us know what you think. It's probably going to be Tuesday, though.
It's looking that way.
It feels that way. Yeah.
It's feeling like a Tuesday.
Yeah, definitely. Right. Okay.
Well,
what do you think about?
You have some drums?
I do indeed. They're right here. I just polished them tonight.
You have been listening to the Sumo Show, a live podcast about the art and sport of sumo. Your hosts tonight have been Stan Brown and Troy Hewitt. Production by Troy Hewitt. Sumoliering by Stan Brown. And initial charge by Touchy Eye Troy.
Hi.
So until probably Tuesday, say to you, ciao matane.
Bye.